Iburu, Boya, Buche, everybody in Cyberland. It's your favorite Bawalao. Awarumi now Dileke. Coming at you with another Pataki that links into an ethical and moral value that's necessary not only in life but within the spiritual journey. Okay? So, for those who are Okana Juani, okay, something I truly want you guys to understand. Okana Juani is an Odun that you have to fight the taboo. Okay, you have to fight the urge to break promises. You have to make sure that when you do things based on the agreements that you made. Okay, think about everything being a contract in life. So let's start with the Pataki. The Pataki I want to reference, I'm actually going to reference 2 and 1 because they both talk about the same thing, which is broken promises. One is about a Babalao, okay, that eventually he made Ifa, became a Babalao, and he was receiving advice about his sign. He was receiving advice on how his spiritual journey should walk. And he was hearing the elders, and the elders are talking, and he just couldn't wait to get out the room. He couldn't wait to get out into the world. I'm a new Babalao. Boom. And what he did was he forgot a very valuable lesson. One was, don't ever lift your hands to a woman. 2, don't ever go to the park late at night because nothing good can come out of it. And that was 2 things from a very long list of things that he was told. So Babalao, things are not going very well for him, but why should they? He wasn't listening to any advice of his Odun. And he went for a walk late at night to try to clear his head. And he's walking towards a park where he then now sits at a bench and is contemplating life, wondering what to do, where to go. When he sits on that bench, he ends up sitting next to a woman. Okay? That woman, eventually they begin to talk. Things begin to evolve. And, there's a little bit of passion there. There's something going on there. So they go back to her place. Fast forward, they get together, they get intimate, things are going fine. But now, things are not going so fine. There's arguments. There's disagreements. So what ends up happening is, at that point in time, he gets so angry, loses his cool, he lifts his hand, and he ends up hitting her. Here's where we go wrong. At that very moment, when you know you did something and your life just flashes before your eyes, you know how they say when you're about to die, you just, whoosh. At that very moment, his life flashed before his eyes. He knew he was falling into the osobos of his sign, and he ran immediately to his godfather to figure out, what do I do next? I know I've been disobedient and I was wrong for it. They do the ebo, they fix the problem. Lesson learned. So a couple of things Ifa teaches us here with moral and ethical values. 1, don't ever lift your hands to a woman. I can tell you about a dozen signs that say the same thing. It will never be, it'll never behoove or be a great idea for anyone to do that. It's disrespectful, it's wrong. And when you hit someone, always remember that they have an ori too. They have a guardian as well. It's never going to go right for you, ever. Second part, listen to the advice of elders. Those who are older than you, might want to listen to see when you're talking about spiritual matters, listen to the advice. The oracles of Ifa, the Patakis, the obras, the advice alone is worth any pounds of gold, because that's what's going to keep you alive. That's what's going to keep you safe and healthy. No different than when you make a pact with the orishas or the ochas. You gotta follow through. Because not only did that Bawala not listen to the elders, not only did he have to go back and reverse some things in order for him to live prosperous. Okay, I can tell you another Pataki when a guy's business was going down in the dumps and he does a pact with Elewa and says, yeah, I'm going to take care of you, Elewa. Elewa takes care of him. Boom, the guy's doing great. Boom, forgets about the pact with Elewa. And Elewa says, you know what, I'm even going to put you in a worse spot. You know why? Because people are typically only going to the foot of Ocha or Orishas when something is wrong. The Bawala had to go to the foot of Ochun to fix his problems. The Bawala also had to get that woman that he raised his hand to do Ikofa. So what are we learning here? What are we learning here? Okawani, for those that are out there. These moral and ethical values are simple. Don't break promises. You make promises, whether it's with a divinity, whether it's with people, keep your promises. Your word is your bond. That means something in life. Second, don't raise your hand to anybody. And third, listen to your elders. They give you valued advice. I'm not telling you that everything they say needs to be valued or executed. I'm just saying you should at least listen and remember. Those are the ethical and moral values that Okana Wani teaches us. Okay, with that said, Iburu, Iboya Bucheche. Thank you very much. Remember, if you have comments, leave them in the bottom and I respond pretty quickly. If you guys want to hit me up on an email, laregladeifa@gmail.com. That's la.regla.de.ifa. Okay, go ahead and like it, subscribe, do whatever you got to do. And I'm looking forward to speaking to you guys.